Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name's Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at Caravaggio's Mech Warrior. Caravaggio's Mech Warrior. Mech Warrior and Hearthstone, my favourite video game crossover, and Caravaggio's got a really interesting deck here. I took a look at this, and it's definitely, I think they like to design decks a lot like I do. They've got a really aggressive deck here. Nothing but above 5 costs. We're going to try and kill our opponents nice and quickly, and it's in that warrior style, so we do have a lot of thicker minions and a lot of snowbally minions as well. So we'll start at the top of the curve. We've got Eternium Rover and Mecharoo, which outside of Glowtron, these are probably the best one-drop mechs that we can be playing. I love Eternium Rover. Strapping things to this always feels good, and it's excellent in those minion-based aggressive mirrors. We've also got Town Crier here. Town Crier being a 1-2 is very good stats right now. It's also going to help us get a little bit of advantage, which is something that Warrior typically struggles with outside of cards like Battle Rage. Aggressive Warriors struggle with, sorry. And this is going to help us get our Rabid Worgens and nothing else. We actually don't have any other rush minions in the list, which is something we'll talk about in a second. Going on to the 2-drops, we've got Fairy Dragon, an excellent card against particularly Druid, as a lot of those late game Druid decks do rely heavily on spell-based removal to get rid of minions. So the Fairy Dragon can actually start chipping damage in for those first couple of turns until they get a big taunt down. We've also got the upgradable Framebot, nice big body, great mech to strap things to. And we've got Heroic Strike here as a bit of that versatile, potentially removal, and also a bit of reach. 4 damage for 2 mana is nothing to sniff at. Moving on to the 3-drops, this is where things get nice and interesting. We've already mentioned the Rabid Worgens. We've got Frothing Berserker here, a mainstay of aggressive warrior decks. Can get really out of hand if your opponent lets it, so it demands removal. Another card that demands removal, Vicious Fledgling. You can kind of see here we're trying to overload our opponent's removal and make sure that we can hopefully snowball into a victory. Onto the 4-drops, we've got Blood Razor to go really well with those Frothing Berserkers. Give us a little bit of removal. A lot of our minions are a bit more resilient to the Whirlwind. But we'll see how well this one goes, considering we don't have any, Rampages, Battle Rages. Other than Frothing Berserker, we don't have anything to capitalize on those Whirlwinds. So we'll see how well that one goes. Then we've got a bit of reach here with the Kor'kron Elites and the Mortal Strike, just the one Mortal Strike. And we've also got Replicating Menace here. So this is our first magnetic minion. It's high power, and if we can have an existing minion on board, it's going to mean some extra damage coming to face or a better trade. It also gives us a bit of resilience to board clears by summoning those microbots once it's dead, allowing us to maintain a board and keep pushing, keep putting pressure on our opponent. And then we've got the Piloted Reaper here. We've played with this card before. Honestly, it wasn't too impressive the first time. I think this is maybe the weakest card in the deck, but we might be totally wrong, especially with Fairy Dragons and Framebots. This might be a little bit better than the last time we played. And at the end, we've got the Arcanite Reapers, 2 of them. I'm a bit dubious on this because we do have the 2 Blood Razors, but we'll see how we go. Obviously, these, we're trying to go base, trying to get our opponent nice and dead, just like Leroy. Base, get him dead. And those War Gears, which, like I said, is one of my favorite mechs. This is hopefully going to be more 5 damage to the face if we put it on another mech, or we can start trading a bit better. Get that nice big body as well. The only thing that I'm going to keep an eye out for is this Piloted Reaper, because I really think that we can cut this and get a Ziliax in the deck. Ziliax gives us a little bit more resilience. It's quite hard to remove, gives you a little bit of life gain, can help in a race against a deck like Odd Rogue or Zoo Warlock, but also it's another rush minion that we can fish off of our Town Criers, which I think is really important, just having a little bit more, a couple more rush minions than you do have ways to find them. So we're never going to play a Town Crier and have it just be a 1-2. But we'll jump into some games and see how we go with this sweet Mech. Alright, here we are facing Mechajiraxis, and we will have victory or death. So all we want to do in this early game is get a nice curve, And this is okay. Bit of a nombo, the Blood Razor and the Mecharoo. But Fairy Dragon on 2. Probably going to be trading with this this thing.
In the light's name.
Is the Warden here, the Voodoo Doctor? No. So this is pretty dangerous if they have the Fungal Enchanter. They can bump one of these in to their Mecharoo.
Stop copying me!
Don't have it though. Alright. I guess it's Blood Razor time. It's Tonga time. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this situation. We've lost the board and never feels good. I like that draw though. Let's get this Corcron in. Hopefully they don't have Dreadlord. That'd be really bad. But most of them are cutting Dreadlords. They play more gigs. Giggling Inventors. Soulfire! Are you soul serious? Let's get that extra armor gain. Yeah, let's get that armor gain. Lost the board, got back the board, yeah. It's all, what is it? Swings and roundabouts or whatever. That's what these aggro matchups are about. These Blood Razors are putting in some work though. I wonder that, did they keep that Happy Good? Maybe they went for the healing, they went for like the healing draw rather than the they went for the healing draw rather than the kill draw. Swings and roundabouts, you know? I think so. What did I say? Probably something wrong. Do we trade here or not? Do we bash in or do we go face? What are we scared about? A silence? Could be bad? Yeah, unsure about that one. I think... I'd love to know your thoughts, Ray, because I think you have a very good idea of when trading is good versus going face. Just quoting Hot Fuzz. Ah, frothing. Welcome to the battlefield. What is your purpose? You serve butter. Those buttery war gears. That's your job. Holding the war gear. The other Soulfire? Okay. It's 2 Soulfires and a Doomguard down. The hits keep coming. I trade too often, TBH. Damn it. You're supposed to be... You're supposed to be the one who saved me. Now I think we go face. We have lethal next turn with just the Reaper and the Leroy. I don't think I've ever seen Zoo Warlock play Hooked Reaver. Damaging yourself. Ooh, is this Chain Gang? No. Oh. The Joey bot lethal. Yeah, get him. Yeah. Nice face attack. I would have traded, but your play is better. Oh my gosh. At least you're consistent. Okay, Warrior Mirror here.
Victory or death.
Can't imagine our opponent not playing some form of Control Warrior here. I think the Rover is a better 1-drop, and Corcron is a great way to kind of press our advantage. So let's go with this. Okay. Single Chain Gang would have done it. It would have made things really awkward. We would have had to have attacked with the Arcanite Reaper. We wouldn't have been able to kill the other Chain Gang unless we play the Leroy. So yeah, it definitely would have made the game pretty interesting, but I don't know if them having the extra 3-2 on board really does much. Let's get the bigger beater out. Especially without any we already have a mech on board, so even if we do draw like the Replicating Menace and we did want to coin, it's a very good answer for our friend.
What is my purpose?
What is your purpose? David Hasselhoff, I think you have to keep in mind a few things. Will you be able to stabilize after you go face? Will you keep board control by making the value trades? Are there minions you absolutely need to mitigate? And will you force your opponent to play differently by doing face damage? Yeah, I think it's a very nuanced but important part of the game. Knowing when to go face and when to not. Come on, we really need war gear. This is where we can start swaying things, especially once the last charge of this weapon goes, and maybe they lose a bit of utility to like execute things. They're armoring up to, come on. It's Reckless Flurry. Shield Slice. Attack. Dead Man's Hand. Okay. Come on. War Gear off the top. Ooh, that's pretty good too. Get rid of this this thing. We still have 4 weapons in our deck. We're feeling good. We're feeling good, especially turn 6. Oh, it's Recruit Warrior. That's a weird one. What do we want to do here, fam? 4, 5, 10.
I wonder.
This is a hard one. Do we want to break this Divine Shield and then like gear up over here hit them for 9. Then they trade in. We get a bunch of bots, which we could lose to a whirlwind. Or do we like kind of split the difference? Bash with both. They keep the divine shield. They trade with one of ours, but then we're more resilient to a like a warpath or something. I think that's interesting. I think I'd love to get some people's thoughts. Now we're in a bit of a hole.
I'm fast and fury in your face! Job done. Feel the fury of the mountain!
Okay. How furious is our opponent's mountain?
So many warriors of the
That. I don't think we were ever going to get away with, like, rope-a-doping our opponent into getting us to a Mortal Strike range without them ever armoring up either. Woke lever. Let's see how woke our opponent is. Come on, Baron, get it. It's not Baron, get it. Leroy, off the top. Just, yeah, play the Ysera Awaken. It'll be great. This bulldozer really kind of threw us for a loop, hey? Damn it, bulldozer. No, is that lethal? Lethal enough. We were really close on that one. I think if we had hit maybe one better card, I think we could have gotten that matchup. But that's the way that things goes. Sometimes your opponent stabilizes, sometimes they're dead on turn 6. So we'll be back with
Gul'dan!
Okay, up against the Warlock.
Shall be mine.
Nice 1-2 curve here. And this gets our 3. So happy to send the extra 1s back. Nice 1-2 Rabid Worgen 4. Our opponent's on the play though, which means that they do get to interact with us first. But let's see what they're on. If it is Zoo, and particularly if they don't have Keleseth on 2, could be a really good matchup for these Rabid Worgens. Start bashing into some chain gangs or some doubling imps. Help stay on board. Plated beetle. Okay. So not that much off.
What is my purpose?
Listen here!
Maybe we should have traded the the crier for the librarian. Opponent tapping deep here. So if we Worgen attack here, we expose ourselves to Hellfire. Our opponents dealt themselves one lot of damage, so they could have a 5 damage Spellstone. So I'm going to make a bit of a bold play.
I comply.
And a Voltron up. They do have the Spellstone. Okay. We get to see if they have the Defile here. Or the Hellfire, rather. If they don't, though, this War Gear is it's going to go to town on. This Microbot's going to get huge. Huge. With his little gear spectacles. Tap. Okay. Tap Beetle. Okay, well...
Protocol 7. For Hellscream!
I think given that we have Mortal Strike and Leroy in hand, even Blood Razor coming in for some extra damage could be useful. Face may have in fact been the place here. Our opponent did get that taps in early, so... The other option, we could have like traded here, leave our opponent on 16, which means
Was a mistake. The end is coming!
is our opponent baiting us?
What now?
Oh my gosh, thrown me for a loop. Do we go face, leave them on 1, hope that because there'll be no board they can't Spellstone and that they don't have any Shroom Brewers? Even if they have 1 Shroom Brewer though, we kill them with the Arcanite Reaper. They need multiple Shroom Brewers. They need a heal greater than 4. So we beat a Taunt. We beat a Shroom Brewer. We don't beat like Earthen Ring Farseer into Spellstone my own guy. We do beat that though. Got him. Unsure what our opponent meant to do with that Defile. Or if they were like baiting us in somehow, like trying to bait us into a good Hellfire or something. But yeah, let's take a look at the deck. Honestly, I was pretty impressed. The one thing we didn't get to see how this Piloted Reaper goes. So, like I said, I think I'd like to try cutting that for a Ziliax. Give ourselves a bit more utility with these Town Criers. The Mortal Strike's good. Maybe like to see a second Mortal Strike in here at some point. Have to test, play some more games to see if we can draw this Vicious Fledgling and see how good that is. But Fairy Dragon was really good, even though we didn't see it in the matchups that I think it's in the deck for. The 1-drop selection is great. I think there's definitely something here, and there's definitely some work to be done, like tweaking and tinkering things. And we can already see that Caravaggio has been tweaking things. I don't think many people start with 1 Vicious Fledgling. It probably started at 2 and maybe came down, or started at 0, and then they're like, we need that third Frothing Berserker. So I really love this deck. Big shout out to Caravaggio for the deck, and for Flux Flasher for chucking it over on Hearthstone. Speaking of, if you are watching this video on YouTube, you can get the deck over at Hearthstone. The link is down in the description, and the deck code is as well if you just want to copy that and play this deck for yourself. Other than that, all my social links are down there as well, including a link over to Twitter, which is the best place to catch me. And we've also got that HS Replay referral link as well. So if you want to get some of the best stats in the game, you want to get that HS Replay Premium, you can use my referral code, and it helps me out, helps the channel out. But until next time, I do hope you all stay wavy. Bye.